Hey everybody, it's Highway Johnny with Highway Trailing Adventures and the Fix a Life Foundation. Um, we can call this an update if you like, but I'm going to call it Plan A on trying to figure out what the noise is in this truck, because the last thing I need is for something to snap or break while I'm driving my wife to a doctor's appointment or her surgery. So somebody had asked me, how do I know if it's the water pump or not? So I explained to them how I had deduced that it was the water pump. Yes, listen to everybody else. But anyway, he said, well, did you change the water pumps on the two engines? And I was like, well, actually, no, I didn't. I didn't change the water pump. And I double checked by looking at the old engine, which I still have, and it still has the old water pump on it. So I didn't change the water pumps. So he said, well, take your belts off. And he said, start your engine up. And I'm like, you can do that? Because I've never been able to really do that before. I thought you had to have a belt going between the top and the bottom pulley for both of them to spin. Learn something new. No worries. Um, so I took the belts off, and he said, if you hear the noise, then it's your engine. If you don't hear the noise, put one belt back on at a time until you do hear the noise. Now the power steering, or the alternator belt just goes to the alternator. That's it. Doesn't go to anything else but the alternator. The other belt goes to the water pump, the power steering pump, and the lower pulleys, and the top pulley. Actually, goes through everything. Goes through all of them. So I guess if I hear the noise after putting that belt on, I have a pulley that I can change. So that was from a tensioner when I had the air conditioner on, but I took the compressor off, so I don't like air conditioning. Got 3 windows, it gets cool enough in there. Um, so once I put that belt back on, if I still hear the noise, I'll start by changing the pulley, because I have the tensioner from the other side and they're both the same size. So I'll just put that one on there and see what happens. If I still hear the noise, then it's either going to be the power steering pump or the water pump. Then I don't know how to figure out which is which, because you can't get a rod down in there to listen, because there's not enough space there. And the last thing I want to do is get my friggin' hand or arm or something caught in a spinning fan. I mean, a lot of the old trucks, old vehicles, you could do that, because the shafts on the water pumps are really long, so you could stick a rod, like a long rod or metal rod on there, and you can hear the noise inside of it. You could tell that by valves and rods and pistons and all that fun stuff. These new engines can't do that, I don't think. Aluminum vibrates too much, so I mean the sound vibration travels too much through the engine. I think it would be too hard to pinpoint something like that. So anyway, maybe somebody can. I don't think. Anyway, we're gonna go with that and see what happens. This is all fun of being a newbie here. I'm gonna start it up and see if we hear the noise. And if we don't, then I'm gonna be a happy camper. And there is no noise. Okay, cool. Cool, 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 cool. So, we know it's not the engine. So it has to be something that I added onto the engine whenever I painted it and put it all together. For the first time ever painting a motor, I think I did a pretty good job. It's dusty and dirty because it sat out in the field for 8 months. Thank you to people who can't keep their word. But anyway, first time ever painted an engine. I think it looks pretty good. But anyway, I think I'm gonna start with the alternator belt first, because it's the first one that has to go on anyway, and also it's the only one there, so that'll probably be the easiest. So I'm gonna start with that, and then I'll come back and we'll see what it sounds like after that. All right, till then, peace.